Welcome to the Wandering Drew. I am Drew. Thank you for joining me. On this video, I'm going to discuss and review some of the equipment that I took on my recent hike from Amicalola Falls to Springer Mountain using the Appalachian Trail Approach Trail. I hope you'll join me. Thank you for sticking with me and coming back. What I'm going to do on this video is just discuss some of the equipment that I took with me on this hike. And there's a reason why I want to do that. Originally, I planned on doing this as a possible 2-day hike, or a day and a half, I should say. I was going to hike up to Springer one day and then go to a shelter and camp out, or find the campground and camp out. And then the following day, I would complete my hike, go back down to Amicalola Falls, get picked up, and come back, enjoy my family. That didn't happen. A lot of it was due to my illness. I got sick, and I was kind of laid up for about 2.5 days, not feeling good. So I ended up losing a day that I was planning on hiking, and I pushed it back to the following day. Weather was also a factor as well, not to mention the cold temperatures. So all those things led me to not do my original plan. So originally, because I was going to be camping out, I brought my usual gear that I bring. So I had my backpack with a tent, with a sleeping pad, with a stove, all the gear that I usually carry. However, because I wasn't going to be camping out now, I didn't need to carry all that. I thought about doing it anyway, just for the good practice of carrying the weight, but let's face it, nobody wants to carry weight if they don't have to. And being that I was trying out the knee and the ankle, I thought it would be better to go lighter. I then changed my plan to just doing it on a day hike. I was going to push myself to do it as an in and out, all in one day. You're looking at possibly 17.6 miles or something like that. So it's a long day, it's a hard day, but I think, and I felt I was capable of doing that as long as the knee and the ankle were good. So I felt it would be a very good test for me to do, to try them out. If I could do that, then I know that I would be good doing other trails and resuming some activity. I completed the hike. Everything went well physically. But I want to show, the reason why I want to go over what I took is I want to show that you don't have to spend a lot of money to go out there and do day hikes or hiking in general. If you're going camping and you're going to be staying out, backpacking where you're going to be staying out overnight, then yes, you need to invest in a little bit better equipment. But if you're just doing a day hike, you can go with little to no expense. You don't need special clothes. You can go in any athletic gear you have. You don't have to buy high-end athletic gear. You can use a pair of shorts. Your sneakers you already have, your trail runners you already have are good. Now, I happen to be wearing new boots that I did just buy, and I think I paid $90 for them. And I'm trying Moab 2s, I think they are, from Merrell. First time, I enjoyed them. They grip the trail very well, but you can find cheaper or whatever shoes you already have there to go. There's nothing special about any of my equipment that I used on this hike. I took this backpack with me. Okay, this backpack is actually my computer bag. It is not a backpacking backpack at all, or a day pack. It's heavy. It's really not suited for this. It's got a padded compartment for a laptop in it, but it's what I had with me. And when I decided to go lighter, I didn't have another bag. So this became my bag. I just took out all my stuff from it and I put in what I thought I would need for my hike. And I had a lot of stuff I don't need, but I was able to take a battery to charge, which I didn't need. I didn't even use it. Okay, but all I bought was rain gear, although there was no rain predicted today. I also, and I wouldn't recommend this normally, the 10 essential items, they always recommend you bring them. I did bring a flashlight. I brought a headlamp with me in case I needed to. I got late or I started early. I started very early. It was still dark. If I needed it to see, I could use this. Other than that, I didn't bring any of the gear I usually would tell you to bring, which is, like a tent, a sleeping bag, something in case you get stuck out overnight. I knew I wouldn't be stuck out overnight because Amicalola is a very well-traveled park. There are a lot of people hiking there. I'm not out in a rural area. I knew that if something happened, I had phone service. I had my Garmin device. I could have called for help. Someone would have come to get me. The rangers would have found me. I was never far away from a road or a trail enough that I felt I would be stuck out there. If I fell down, they would be picking me up. If I couldn't walk out, I would make it to a place that would pick me up. So this is not a sense of where I'm out in a place where I can't get help. So I didn't. It's a safe assumption that you don't need all that gear with you. So this is just my regular backpack. And all I did was carry. I carried a little jacket, just a fleece to keep me warm in the morning when it was cold. After that, I didn't need it because it warmed up. It was good. I had a regular bottle of water. You can buy 2, 3 of these and carry them with you. You can bring whatever you want. I used flavoring, but you don't have to. I had another bottle of water that I never use. This is a liter. The other thing I carried was another liter of water like this, which I drank and I left in my car. So I used 1.7 liters basically to hike, but I carried extra. I always carry extra. Water is one thing I don't want to go without. Now I could have gotten water from the streams and filtered, but I didn't want to carry my water filter. So being that I had more than enough water to complete the trail, I don't need to carry it. So that saved me, close to a pound of weight. So what I'm trying to show is that you can do this with minimal equipment. I did bring my potty kit. So just a roll of toilet paper. There was a shelter with a privy, so I used that. There are some bathrooms at certain points in the beginning of the trail, but for the midpoint there's not. So you should carry some sort of ability to go bathroom in the woods if that's a problem or you think you need to. But I have my trowel and I have hand sanitizer. But I brought just rain gear, other than that. And because there was no rain, I really could have done without it. But I like having it with me. Snacks, you can bring whatever works for you. It could be trail mix, could be a bag of M&Ms, a bag of potato chips, whatever you want to carry. There's no right or wrong here. It's what you like. So very little other equipment is needed to go day hiking. I could have even gotten away with, probably not even carrying anything, or just a little zippered pouch. The only other thing I carried was my first aid kit. I always carry this. I have different medicine. You never know if you have a reaction, allergic reaction. I carry EpiPens, but I have and this also illustrates a good example. When I was on the top of Springer, I ran into a hiker that was having an issue. Now, it was a medical type issue with walking. I'm assuming it was a hurt knee. I didn't get into it anymore, but they were ambulatory, so they were able to walk, but not far, not fast. So they felt they were able to get down to the fire road, which is 1 mile from the top of Springer, but it was getting worse. So they felt that was not an option for them to hike out or to make it even further. So a lot of times I'm carrying this stuff. It's not for me. It's for someone else. I had reception up there. I was able to make phone calls and text while they had problems with their reception. I guess because their carrier or their phone, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. If not, I have my InReach device and I could have used that to call someone. The only other thing that I actually had in my pack that I probably didn't need but I like to carry is a pen in case you get to a logbook or you need to write something down. And I carry that, and I carry some bug wipes just in case the bugs get bad. Other than that, there was nothing else you needed. You could have gone on this hike with a small little backpack. I like these because they're padded, little padding, but I mean, it's not very heavy. The bag is heavier than the stuff that I had in it probably, except for the water and my snacks. So you don't really need a lot to start out. And this just shows the example. You can use the clothes you have, the shoes you have. No special gear is needed to go out there. So get out there. Things are loosening up. Restrictions are loosening up. We're what does it say? We're turning the corner. Is that what they always say? We're turning the corner against COVID. But I just heard on the way over here, the number one thing that people want to do now is go outdoors, and camping is one of them. So backpacking or day packing, day hike, is an easy thing to do. You don't have to plan, all these hard things to do with making arrangements, finding sleeping places, getting a campsite. Just go out there. You go to the park. If you have to pay a fee, you pay a fee. You park your car, go for a walk. Go for, start out doing 1 mile, 2 miles, whatever you feel comfortable with. Walk as far as you want and turn around, then go back. This was an 8.8 mile trail. Nothing says that you had to do all 8.8. Build up to it. I would highly recommend. Obviously, it's the AT, for God's sakes. It's Springer Mountain. It's a classic place to go hiking. and it was well used. I probably passed 40 to 50 people on the trail going up or down, that were using it. All different people, but a lot of it's during the week. So there were a lot of older people, in their mid 40s, 50s, and 60s. I hope I'm not insulting anybody. I'm 52 years old, and I'm out there doing it. You just got to take it easy. Know your limitations, build up slowly. It's all about conditioning, okay? Because I've had some people that are older than me just fly by me, or just they're just slow and steady, and they don't stop, and they hike longer than me because they're used to it. It's acclimation. So the more you do this, the better you'll get at it. So that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what I'm doing, please leave a comment below. Feel free to leave a comment, good, bad, or otherwise, a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. But I just want to reinforce that you don't need to go out and buy a lot of expensive equipment to enjoy the outdoors. It's out there for all of us. Let's do it. And let's everyone get out there. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are, where you are. The trail is the same for everybody. You have to go up the mountain the same as me, and I have to go up the mountain the same as you. There's no shortcuts. It's the same for everyone. So I hope you'll get out there and do a hike soon. Till we meet again.